Today, we're trying something new. This is the first time using the manual mode on my bread maker, and we're gonna use it to make sesame buns from scratch. Here's everything you'll need for the dough: bread flour, butter, sugar, milk, salt, water, and dry yeast. Now let's put everything in the bread basket, including the dry yeast. Now for the fun part, using the manual mode. It has three main settings: kneading, fermenting/proofing, and baking. If I push the manual button once, it defaults to kneading. Push it once more, it goes to fermentation/proofing. And push it a third time, it goes to the baking mode. Now, what's the difference between fermenting and proofing? Fermenting is the first rise, the initial long rise after mixing. This is where the dough develops flavor, strength, and structure, while proofing is the final rise right after the dough is shaped and is usually shorter, designed to allow the yeast to produce a final, gentle rise without disturbing the structure created earlier. For this recipe, we'll start with the manual knead setting. This bread maker has 4 different kneading levels. Level 1 is mainly for mixing dry ingredients. It's very gentle, almost like bringing everything together. Level 2 is a low-speed knead, good for combining ingredients. Level 3 is a medium-speed knead. And level 4 is the highest speed, used for stronger kneading. Level 1 to 3 can be set anywhere from 1 to 30 minutes, and level 4 can be set from 1 to 15 minutes. For the sesame buns, we'll start with knead level 2 for 2 minutes. First, press the manual button. The first setting is kneading, so we'll leave it at that. Next, press the level button and choose level 2. Then press the time button and set it for 2 minutes. And finally, press start to begin. And if you make a mistake at any point, just press and hold the cancel button to reset everything. After 2 minutes on level 2, we'll move on to level 3, the medium speed knead. To further develop the dough, just like before, press the manual button so we have the kneading mode. Then press the level button and choose level 3. Press the time button and set it for 4 minutes. And then press start. The dough is now getting smoother and more elastic as it kneads. And finally, we'll choose manual mode again for the last kneading mode. Then press the level button and choose level 4. For the time button, we'll set it for 15 minutes. And then press the start button. This is the final stage of kneading, developing the gluten and creating a smooth, elastic dough that will rise beautifully. Okay, now the kneading is done. A total time of 21 minutes. Time to move to the fermentation stage. The fermentation mode has a total of 4 levels also. Level 1 is used during the rest or bench time. Level 2 is used for hard bread. Level 3 is for regular bread and rich bread. And level 4 is used during shaping and final fermentation called proofing. You can set the time from 10 minutes to 120 minutes. For the sesame buns, we'll use the fermentation mode at level 3 for 60 minutes. We'll keep the dough in the bucket and press the manual mode 2 times to choose the fermentation mode. Then press the level button and choose level 3. Then press the time button and choose 60 minutes. And finally, press start. While the dough is fermenting, let's quickly go over the last function of the manual mode, the bake setting. It also has 4 levels, each designed for different types of bread. Level 1 is for brioche or white bread, giving a light browning. Level 2 is for pain de mie or white bread, giving a standard browning. Level 3 is for rye, whole wheat, or white bread, producing a darker crust. And level 4 is for French bread, which needs the darkest, crispiest crust. For our buns, we'll be using an air fryer for baking, or you can use a conventional oven for baking as well. But it's good to know how this works on the bread maker. After 60 minutes, we'll take the dough out of the basket and divide it into 6 equal pieces. Since we're making 6 sesame buns, first, we'll weigh the dough. It's 453 grams, and divide it by 6. Each piece will be about 75.5 grams. Now we have 6 pieces of dough ready to shape. To shape the first bun, make sure there isn't too much flour on the surface. We'll start by gently pressing the dough flat. Next, we'll take the top of the dough and fold it into the center. Now rotate the dough a quarter turn and fold the top into the center again. We'll repeat this about 6 times, making sure the surface stays relatively dry and smooth. Once that's done, flip the dough over. With our left hand, we'll rotate the dough in a circular motion on the table, keeping it cupped. Pinky and thumb stay lightly touching the table. We'll rotate clockwise a few times until the dough forms a smooth, round bun. Repeat the same process with the other 5 pieces of dough. Finally, we'll let the 6 buns rest on the cutting board for about 15 minutes, uncovered before the next step. After the buns have rested for 15 minutes, it's time for the second rise, using an air fryer or conventional oven. If you're using a Cosori Turbo Blaze air fryer like me, it has a ferment/proof mode. First, we'll spray the basket with a little oil, then carefully put the buns inside. And we'll set it for 30 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes and let the buns rise until they've doubled in size. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use a conventional oven instead. Set it to the lowest temperature, around 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, or use a proofing function if you have one. Place the buns on a tray and cover them loosely with a clean kitchen towel or lightly greased plastic wrap. This keeps them from drying out while they rise. Wow, look at them now! They're soft, puffy, and ready for the final step. Let's take them out of the air fryer basket and place them onto a cutting board. Next, brush the tops and sides with a beaten egg. Then sprinkle on some sesame seeds. Now let's preheat the air fryer to 160 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes. If you're using a conventional oven, preheat it to 175 degrees Celsius. Once preheated, lightly spray the air fryer basket again and place the buns carefully inside. I can only fit 4 buns at a time, so I'll bake them in batches. My Cosori air fryer has a bake function, so I'll choose that and bake them at 160 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. If you're using a regular oven, bake at 175 degrees Celsius for 12 to 15 minutes until the buns are golden and beautifully baked.
Oh, this is too exciting. Okay, we got 5 seconds left. Whoa, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, look at that. That is a bun. Wow. It's almost like a hamburger bun. I want to make the hamburger buns next. Gotta be a little bit, wow, they're warm. Okay, let's take them out of the air fryer. 10 minutes is perfect. Wow. Wow, I can't believe it. We did it. This one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Look at that. It's perfect. Look at the roundness of it. Look at that. See, the egg wash came over the side. It browned it. And look at the sesames on top. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. Butter on top and see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. See, get a little bit of melted butter on top. Get a little shine on there. Melted butter. Wow, look at that. A little bit of melted butter. Nice. Okay, let's cut this one in half to see what it looks like. Can I cut it without... Ooh, I don't want to bring down the puff on there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Look at that. That's perfect. It's cooked just right. See that? See the shine on there? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Right like that. Wow. Okay, we have to try this.
Wow, this is crazy. This is the first time I made buns. Look at that. You see that? All right, look at this. Just look at that. Look at the top. The bottom. The bottom here has grill marks, see? from the crisper. It's just fantastic, and I wish you could smell this. I mean, it's the perfect roll, well, perfect bun. I want to make them a little bit bigger and try the hamburger buns, but this would be good for a small hamburger. All right, let's try this. Oh my goodness, that's the best bun ever. It's so fresh inside. Oh my God, it's bouncy, it's light. I am never buying buns again. This thing is fantastic with the sesame on top. See how it has a little bit of a skin on top? It's a little bit, not crispy, but harder than the inside. It's like so fresh because I just made it. Nothing beats homemade bread. Oh my goodness, and it was used, we used the manual mode for the first time. I did 3 different kneadings. I did a fermentation, a proof there. It's fantastic. One more bite. Oh my goodness, I love it. Go into your bread machine and go into the manual mode, if it has a manual mode. That's why I love the Panasonic, because the Panasonic bread machine can do so much. And now that I have an oven with the Kasuri air fryer, it has a bake function and it has a proof function, a fermentation function. I used both of those today. All right, I'm gonna eat one more bite. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more bread recipes and adventures from Japan. See you next time. Sayonara.